Sorry, I was saying CIS units are priced like AI is a downside, even though it comes up about 0% of the time. Um, yeah, that's basically true. I have seen some endgame situations where it's almost resulted in a loss. Like if you are like really in a down and dirty endgame scenario where it's only a few models left on both sides, like AI really sucks. Well, that's a good point. Farce returns. Like it was more about keeping units like B2s in check, but now you can pay a premium and not worry about that. Because like B2s without the TAC droid are like really cheap still, but they are limited by AI. I think the TAC droid is just such a great bargain. Oh wow, okay, he found a shot on CAD. This is definitely what John wants here. He's gonna try to kill off CAD to increase his lead. So John finding the shots on Bane. Bane does not have an order token, but he should be able to be fished from the stack here. And Bane with no keyword. The VAP does not actually provide any cover. So light cover only is going to be awarded to CAD here. Interesting. What are they saying about the fuel cell? Are they saying that fuel cell obscures CAD? Not at all. Yeah, it's definitely light cover only. So CAD really not liking this. And 2 crits, okay, that's pretty darn nice when you don't aim for that. And CAD is going to take 2 wounds. So CAD is now on half health, unfortunately for Nauk, the blue player. Does a B2 with AI have to tap the HA Trooper? I think yes. I think you have to attack with whatever weapon you can. I actually don't... Does it... I haven't read the AI entry in forever, so I don't actually know. Also, welcome in James Brett. And welcome to Penny Quasar. Nice to see you guys. Sorry, this is actually turn 4, not turn 3. So, I have a little bit of a teaser for everybody who's in earshot. I'm currently researching options for hosting a 20-person event here in Florida. I am sending out queries to several venues and trying to get something organized. But I think probably, oh, I don't know when, maybe like late summer this year. Maybe early fall. Trying to get a tournament together, like a real event together. So we're looking at hotels, we're looking at venues. I'm in communication with several people who have terrain. Don't know what we're even going to call the event yet. But we're just in the early stages of this, and I just wanted to let y'all know that we were going to host something down here. I don't think it's ever too early to advertise, especially considering how COVID is kind of chilling people's willingness to travel. But we definitely are looking at venues that are COVID safe, or at least, you know, have the risk blunted. But with more and more of the vaccine coming, and you know, with the time frame we're looking at, we're thinking about actually getting this done and actually having an in-person event down here in Central Florida. But again, we're just in the early stages. I'm not gonna say anything more about it other than what I've told you. But it's very early in the planning. But there's a chance it will happen. We don't actually know just yet. But like I said, never too early to advertise. Oof, Cad Bane, by the way, taking a huge shot there. That's just another B1, isn't it? Okay, and actually... Oh, wow. Okay, so the TAC droids got shot again, I think, and they lost another trooper. So this TAC droid B2 on 3 wounds only, but Cad is almost dead. He's on 4 out of 6. This is a very perilous situation for Cad Bane to be in. And Bane is also on 2 suppression. Yeah, so he's got to pull Cad, and I don't know how he's going to save Cad from the wrath of the Count. He's stuck. Basically, Cad is in a position now where Dooku kind of has him pinned. Because I could easily see Dooku like double move force push and then just chopping him in half. Like, yeah, look at this. Dooku's in... Well, actually, he won't be able quite to get there because of the difficult terrain. So Cad has to really, like, think about getting the heck out of there. Or he can double down. I mean, that's another option, of course. He might be doubling down to go after the B2. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's doubling down to go after this B2 in heavy cover. Hoping he can roll crits to get through the armor. Yeah, we'll just warn you, Matt Shorix, that August is the hottest month down here. In August, it's like, you know, 90 degrees, 100% humidity, you know. Okay, so Cad decided to move up, shoot. He was not able to find a crit. Could not pierce the armor of that B2. And John is he's in an increasingly good position now that he's managed to fix this Vaporator with a little bit of last first action from this B2 squad. Basically cut the lead that Nauk would have had out from under him with that good priority pick there. And Nauk not able to punish him in time. Yeah, it's later on. Yeah, hurricane season is like October. September, October. So we are closing in on the end of 4. We've got about 4 activations left apart from the face-ups. So we've got, actually it's more like the bottom half, almost more like the bottom half of turn 4 here. Since there's actually a few more face-up tokens than I initially realized. We got more B1s though creeping around this corner. So I guess Nauk is trying to just open up another angle to take the pressure off of Cad here. No, he's deciding to go the other way. Interesting. Yeah, I think he like maybe he had an idea with these B1s that didn't quite pan out. And he kind of had to just hide them to prevent them from being killed. Hurricane, I love it. It's actually not a bad suggestion, Hurricane. Okay, so yellow shooting at looks like B1s. They had a surge, so they'll be fine. Yeah, wow, John is just in a really good position here. Dooku is exactly where he needs to be to ward off any kind of threat. Cad is trapped. He can't really get out. I feel like these BX droids need to step forward and start shooting this B2. But then the struggle, of course, is Dooku is going to just counterpunch. And this is how the Force user gun line kind of works. You get into a position where you have a lead, and that forces your opponent to attack into your short-range Force user. We've seen this all the time. Like, you always, this is actually where the Force user should be, just generally speaking. Is kind of like he's kind of the tip of the spear. More BX droids attacking and sniping at a B1. So John just going to continue to chip away and get the attrition done. The more attrition he can do, the weaker Nauk's ability to counterattack will be. And John will just increase his lead with every model he removes. He's actually going to remove 2 there. Ouch, because these droids went forward into the light cover against BX droids with sharpshooter. And this is like their best target, really, is droids that are effectively in the open. Okay, now we see some action from the BXs. Let's see what they decide to do. Will he shoot the B2 that is almost dead? Will he try to find a way to shoot Dooku? There is still a medic available for Dooku. Alright, looks like these BXs are going to move into the light area terrain provided by this cargo pallet. And they only have B1s and Dooku at range. They could shoot the other medic squad. They can't see Dooku from there, so I think these B1s are their only targets. They're trying to get up there to get to that tac droid. They can do it if they just straighten their movement out a little bit. They certainly have range too. Okay, he's got the shot. This is really important. He needs to roll a bunch of crits here if possible, or just score the jackpot, generally speaking. Remember, it takes 3 hits to damage a B2 droid in heavy cover due to armor 1. 3 hits to, sorry, not to damage them, but to cancel their cover and defensive mods. So he needs a bunch of hits here to get through that armor. He needs a shot like he had earlier, like a 2 crit 6 hit or something like that. And this is mediocre. It's just 1. And the B2s have a surge. Oh no, it's 2 because of sharpshooter, never mind. But the B2 is going to spend the surge, and no lethal means it's just going to be 1 wound, so the Ha is going to take a wound from this shot. Oh, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe the Ha actually had a wound? Okay, wow. So the Ha is actually gone. So this tac droid is in danger of dying. Okay, that's actually huge. Okay, so if he can keep Cad alive through the end of the game and kill this B2 off, it'll be 93 plus 68. So he'll be ahead by about 40 points or so. Yeah, it'll be 116 versus 161. So he'll be ahead by about 44 points, something like that. Just doing bad math in my head. But whatever the case is, killing off this B2 will secure a points lead for Nauk. So this is the correct course of action. I don't know if he can get to... He can certainly get a shot with the sniper from the blue guys. Yeah, he's gonna have to just use the heavy weapon in this commando squad to reach that tac droid, because I don't think they're gonna get range 3. But he's got a crit because this tac droid still gets the armor 1 of the unit. He would need a crit to even have a chance of destroying that squad. The other factor here is this squad now has 7 suppression from being shot like crazy. So they are going to be in panic range next turn. Panic, though, would be beneficial. Running away is what John wants. So panic is kind of irrelevant in this scenario. Looks like John here not able to make any, not taking any shot with his other snipers. And Nauk will have at least 1 more activation before he goes with these blue battle droids. Okay, some real action developing here now. Dooku diving forward. He's actually double moving to get to this position. Alright, Dooku's like, okay, Bane, your time has come. Does he have the range 1? I think he does. Yeah, force pushing Bane would be ideal here. Bane could, in turn, use Electro Gauntlets next turn, die, and then it would be a damage race to kill Dooku. Yeah, he should have force push from this position. The thing is, he's already activated everything else, so he can't really get use out of it this turn. But all he needs to do is force push to put Bane in a position to be killed by FSI, and that should be easy enough to do. Like, it's simple, right? He pushes Bane this way, then on the FSI turn, double move Relentless and slice him into bits, and that should end the game. Because once Bane dies... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so John's going to do the force push, move Bane, and definitely dropping FSI next turn to kill Bane off. Like, no question. All right, so John double moving, setting up the FSI. Meanwhile, there's still a TAC droid and a BX sniper droid unit waiting in the wings. The TAC droid could actually shoot Dooku. I don't know if he can get to range 3 to kill this B2 T series unit off fully. But basically, if you're in Nauk's position, you know that Cad is going to die. There's really nothing you can do to stop FSI in this position. So you're going to have to come up with a plan to somehow get your 153 points back. Now, does that involve killing Dooku? Maybe. I think Dooku's the only real target that can be killed within a reasonable time frame, considering that it's about to be turn 5. I think killing Dooku is his only hope at this point of winning, considering that Cad is essentially dead. Alright, so Nauk shooting at Dooku here. And not able to penetrate cover, it would seem. I think he needs to be careful here. Oh yeah, he needs to make sure he activates the right unit. Oy vey. Okay. Yeah, so if I'm BX droids now, I'm either gonna go for Dooku or I'm gonna go for this this tac droid back here. I think you should split. You should shoot the short range guns at Dooku if possible, and shoot the sniper rifle at the tac droid and try to get the crit and kill it off. Although I guess if he kills the tac droid. If he kills the tac droid and loses Cad, he's still down by about 100. So I think killing Dooku is the correct call here. Just doing the quick math in my head. Okay, looks like he's going to use his scale keyword to move on top of this crate. If he is able to get 3 there, he could level the entire attack at that B2 attack droid and finish it. But he's running out of time with which to kill Dooku. And honestly, Dooku can just move to the side here, hide for the rest of the game, and probably be okay. Because right now, he's kind of got the leisure to move his medic behind Dooku and just heal Dooku if he takes any wounds. I mean, the alternative to killing Dooku here is going after multiple units of B1s. And, okay, wow, so I did not see this coming. This looks like a scale? No, he can't do it that way. I don't think that's legal. And they're going to discuss it. I don't think that's actually legal for him to scale up. He's not in contact. Because that's a jump right there, not a skill. Do I step in? I think I should say something. No, it looks like they've decided that's not legal. Okay, not able to get range 3 with the unit leader on the T-series back there. So I think he is going to split. That or he's going to put the entire unit into Dooku and say, okay, this thing is long gone. Okay, he might be putting the entire unit on Dooku. Yeah, he's going to put the whole unit on Dooku. You can't move that, it's the unit leader. Oh man, yeah, he really cannot move that unit there. Gotta be careful with that stuff. Although, I don't know, I guess he could still split from this position. I guess that's fine. That's a pretty good point, no poser. Like, if he had moved them on the box here, he could actually deny the cover to the attack droid, and then it would just be armor 1 he had to get through. Okay, this is an interesting choice. Shooting the medic B1. Not my first choice, but this is valid only if he keeps Bane, which I don't think he's going to be able to do. Okay, looks like they've paused the clock here. Might be calling a judge. I'm trying to figure out what the process here is. Okay. So the B1, the BX sniper is shooting. It's shooting the droids. The droids fail their save. They take a hit. One of them will be wounded. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I guess he did remove the tac droid. This reticle was all wrong. I'm gonna have to ask them in the post game what exactly happened there. But it looks like he did manage to finish off this tac droid. It would still have armor 1, I think, though. Man. Yeah, the streamer non-intervention rule, I think, applies here. Yeah, he split fire. Can you scale even though you finish your move before clamor on another unit? No, I don't think so. Yeah, he split fire. That's what was happening there. That is going to be the end of turn 4. Yeah, they did miss armor. I don't think it's going to be enough even so. Like, you'll get 90 points, but then you're going to lose Cad Bane anyway to FSI, which did come out this turn.
You must have fear, surprise, and intimidation on your side.
Thank you, Captain Cook, for the appropriate sound alert at the time. This is Dooku's basically Dooku's what do you call it? His calling card, essentially. This is his big move, the 1 pip, where he's gonna gain Relentless and do a whole lot of damage to poor Cad Bane, who is gonna get outmaneuvered by the Count with Cunning. So Fear, Surprise, and Intimidation against, it appears to be Ambush, so actually he's getting full-blown destroyed here by Cunning. Dooku automatically winning Prio here. I always forget Master of the Force because I've learned the game without it because I played Commander Luke. Now I'm playing another Force user who starts the game without it, which is Anakin. Okay, Dooku leading off with a force push. Gonna yank Cad into position to be charged. So Cad getting force pushed. So Dooku now in a prime position to just do a small charge here, finish him off. Maybe not even bother with the lightning component of his attack here. I think the most important thing is just finishing off Cad. So I think you just kill off Cad and then use your second move to get as safe as possible for the remaining 2 turns. Yeah, so that would involve just being like right about here or so. Dooku wants to be like here, where my cursor is circling. Because from this angle, it's going to take quite a bit of movement. Like, he can still be seen by BXs. But yeah, like the only way that you can see Dooku is by moving down this aisle. And even then it's going to be tough for any of the other units in the squad to actually see him around that corner. I don't know, maybe Dooku could have ended here. That would have also been fine. But whatever the case, there's only 2 turns left, and it's extremely unlikely that Dooku is going to take, if you count the medic, 8 wounds. It's going to be really hard to finish Dooku off in that span of time. So Dooku is going to... Oh, he's lightning? No, just saber him. Don't, What is he doing? Why is he using his lightning? So he's lightning instead. He's not actually... Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, so I just told him he has to use the lightsaber. Alright, it's the same result anyway. It's still 5 hits, and Cad Bane just gets pierced to death. Danger Sense has a chance to get him out of it. With Pierce, it's just gonna overwhelm poor Cad Bane. Exactly, Matt Shorix will help Scream for sure, and that is a nice hat that Dooku is going to now be in possession of after having yeeted Cad Bane from the board here with a nice little force push lightning move. Though, I mean, I could forgive a mistake like that. Like, I did the same thing with Dooku once, I thought that, like, because you had Versatile, you could put the Saber and the Lightning together for, like, 10 dice. Which is just wrong. It's just flat wrong. Oh, that's a fair point, Deco. Yeah, like, if Cad somehow survives, it's more suppression. But I think you might as well just finish him off. Like, there's no reason to beat around the bush. Alright, so with Cad gone... With Cad gone, Nauk is in a world of hurt. He's lost a full BX, he's lost Cad. So he is now down 269 points. Whereas John is only down 161. So the only thing worth, the only single unit in John's list that's worth over 100 points now is Dooku. If Nauk tries to kill anything else, he'll need to kill 2 units in order to get back into the game on points. Yeah, so Palpatine can lightning, and yeah, Palpatine's lightning is also a melee weapon. I think that's probably why I got confused that first time. Because Palp's on Palp's weapon card, it says you can use it in melee and you can use it at range 2. Well, okay, it looks like Nauk is engaging now on an all-in attack, but I think he's going to lose even more points this way. The game is kind of starting to tip over into John's favor, especially with Cad gone and with only 2 turns left. Not even 2 full turns left. This is basically like... most of turn 5, it's going to be really tough for Nauk to somehow come back. Right, and he has to kill this Dooku while not losing another unit. I mean, like, I guess he could lose a unit. Like, if he kill Dooku's worth a lot of points, man. Like, Dooku is worth 240. So he can lose a unit while killing Dooku. So it is possible, but it's improbable. But I don't think he can actually kill Dooku from this position. I think he has to try to kill 2B1s. And that's going to be really tough. Zoom in a little bit here while this shot goes off. This is a B1 E5C into a BX droid in heavy, and a really nice damage there, getting 3 after cover into those BX droids. So just all of John's B1 shots, from what I've seen this game, have been pretty devastating. Dooku Lightning, Vader Force Throw, and Palpatine Lightning. I like Op Vader Force Throw is really interesting. Like, scattering into a Force Push seems really good to me. Like, if you're just not quite able to get into range 1 of something, you can just hit them with hit them with Force Throw, and then scatter them toward you, and then you can push them. Yeah, another thing about Vader Force Throw is that it has Blast. Like, that's actually quite cool. Okay, looks like he had to pick up one of those BX droids. after that save. Yeah, so blue BX did fall there. I chopped through those shields and killed off one of those commandos. So these powder blue looking BX droids are out of shields, a little bit exposed. Yeah, but that's the thing though, you have Vader's might for that. That's like one of the distinguishing features of Vader's might is you can throw people off cliffs. That's like, man, if I played Empire, I would play Vader just to use that card, even if he was bad. Speaking of Vader, this might be a good opportunity to talk about Callus. I've seen some people putting together Callus Vader lists, kind of in the same way that Vader Dewback comes together. I think Callus is a really interesting commander choice for an Op Vader list. You could also potentially run Commander Vader and Callus together to ward off the Callus flaw. There's a lot of potential there, I think, though, with Callus and Vader. Yeah, Callus, Vader, triple Dewback. Yeah, totally. I'm interested in that too. I'm super curious to see how that plays out. I think like Callus and melee, and then 3 Dewbacks and Vader. It's basically an Imperial melee skew at that point. Yeah, you can contingency Implacable while keeping Vader's might in your hand. And then of course you have ISB Investigation for change of plans. I think Callus really opens things up. Like Callus is going to be for Empire like Cassian was for Rebels, basically. Like basically for the next several months, like every Imperial list is going to run Callus. And he's going to be like the staple of so many lists. Like, and also people are thinking about, yeah, exactly, Captain Cook, Callus double bounty. I was just about to mention that. Like the ability to contingency the bounty hunter cards seems really, really, really smart. Like having a flamethrower contingency. And then having like, what's the other good one? The whipcord contingency. So like, what would you put in contingency? You'd put flamethrower and probably whipcord in contingency. And then run 3 Callus, 3 Boba. Or not, sorry, 3 Callus. And then run Boba 3, Reptilian 2, and whipcord. Right, we haven't even talked about the transports coming soon. Like, what do you think of the Winnebago? Like, there's a lot of like upgrades for the Winnebago that are just big question marks. Like, what the heck does Inconsiderate Driver do other than be annoying? Like, we have no idea what that card does. But then there's also like Provincial Doctor, which makes me wonder if there's like a new healer. Or and then there's that other guy of, was it like Strategist or something? Run people over? Yeah, maybe. Ram? Okay, I get that. That would be pretty sick if you could ram someone with the truck. That would be kind of dope. You just play like a monster truck and go in melee. Just show up to an event with your AA5, but it's a Gravedigger model from like Doctor and Broken Astromech makes me think you could put some pseudo specialist crew on the board. Yeah, I'm digging it. Like, it's it's really nice to have like a support vehicle that isn't just damage. You know what I mean? Gonk is a hardpoint upgrade that's gonna give the T-47 2 shields. Oh man, that would be amazing if you could. That would be insane if you could give the T-47 shields for the Gonk droid. It'd be like a miniature X-Wing. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Look, okay, if you really want to be cynical about it, ain't no poser, you can say people like the heroes more than they like the villains. It's the same reason people play Alliance more than Horde in World of Warcraft. We don't know what the lat has. I don't think so. Yes, yes, good as a point of view. The rebels are terrorists, blah blah. I get it. AA5 comes with 2 gonks, suggesting you can use one on other units, but it would be lame as a pilot. So what other options for upgrade slot is it? New crew for the land speeder? Yeah. That putting it on, I hope it gives shields to the land speeder, dude. Like that would make me put the land speeder back on the table. Having an 8 health land speeder with R2D2 to repair it, I'm sold. I don't care how expensive the rocket is. Alright, Nauk is conceding the game. He cannot kill Dooku. And he is going to wrap it up there. We're going to hop into the chat for a little post-game talk, and then I'll let you all go. Let me go ahead and go in there. Turn off my music. Let's see. Have to be in the right Discord for this, don't I?
A good place to be, I think. So.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Endless?
Let me make sure my volume is up for you so that the chat can hear you all.
I hope the chat roasted me on turn 2 for being outside of coordinate range.
Oh, they did a little bit. I was like,
it was so bad.
I was like, AI attack.
It actually wasn't that bad because in the end of the day, as much as this I was able to still get this VAP kind of where it needed it to be, but like it ended up. It was just bad. I don't know. I was super out of it today. It's not very well played on my part.
I gotta hand it to Nauk though. He definitely threatened you early.
Yes.
And
yes.
it was really troubling. But unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for you, unfortunately for Nauk, Dooku snapping up that kind of ochre color.
Yeah.
BX unit there, or no, it was black bases. Yeah, he snapped them up with disappoint me, and it was over for them as soon as they got picked up by Dooku. It was just like, oh gosh, okay, good night.
Yeah, I played the card on turn 3 on turn 1 just because I knew the fight was going to be here. So if I could at least leverage you disappoint me, I can catch maybe either BX trying to be a little too aggro or something, maybe Cad if he wants to be aggro, because basically the fight here is about range 2. So if I could keep it at that, I would find myself in a pretty good place. This was kind of scary, but I felt like if it was back here, then the token could go down and then I could easily just get like a BX snipe. So if I kept it all in my gun line, at least I could mess with this building and do some like force push standby shenanigans and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to do on a few turns, but I think I got to hand it to Nauk for, getting in and out. And I really underestimate steady. Steady's such a really good keyword.
Yeah, CAD is definitely
Like,
underestimated, and I want to
I don't have a
ask.
lot of reps, so
I want
you
I
know.
want to ask our CAD player here. How do you think he performed? I liked the way that he was able to maneuver and kind of influence the battlefield, but you know, facing Dooku, man, that's a kind of a tall order, huh?
Yeah, he did his job. I knew FSI, if you're surprised, was coming out, so I knew he was dead. But he did work. He kind of did what he needed to do. But Cad Bane's problem is he dies. And that's like his thing. He dies. So I knew he was gonna die, and I kind of misread sabotage. I thought as long as I had 2 on them, it would be okay to be a VP, but it's higher than 2, and that's one of the reasons why I could see it, is I just didn't have a way to get there.
Okay.
So I kind of moved a turn late, essentially. So that sucked a little bit, but yeah, Dooku's a monster, and John says he played bad, but I know he played good. It's all right.
I was wondering, like, given the chance to do it again, would you have moved CAD so aggressively to the far building, or would you have tried to play the high 2 structure?
I would have definitely played more on the structure, and I really didn't think about, also when I moved Cad Bane into that position, that whole roof is like perfect at blocking Cad Bane's line of sight.
Oh yeah.
And it was fun. It was just, I really wouldn't have put him out here and left him out here if I could do it again. I would have just kind of played a little bit more cautious with them, and hopefully I could have got Dooku in a bad situation with the Electro Gauntlets immobilized and just burst them down. And that way it'd be like, okay, Cad Bane for Dooku, I'll take that trade. And
that was very scary. Those gauntlets are no joke.
I definitely think you kind of lost the lottery, because like of all the Force users to fight with Cad, like Dooku is possibly the worst because of cunning.
Yeah. Well, I saw, we have our list posted, so I knew I had, same thing with the last one. I figured he'd run that same Dooku list, but I don't like looking at people's lists and metagaming like that. So
yeah,
I really just wanted to run CAD, and I like running CAD. I'm 0-3, so I'm just about having fun at this point.
Yeah, I think CAD's probably okay. I just wonder, like, I don't know, man. Life's gonna be a lot easier whenever okay, I'm going to preface this by saying if Magna Guards are anything like IRG, life will then immediately become easier for CAD, because then you have Magna Guards to Guardian, if they have the Guardian keyword. I have no idea what they're going to look like. But that's when it's going to get easier, because then you'll have basically the Imperial equivalents. You'll have a generic in the TAC droid. You'll have Guardian for your bounty hunter. You'll have a melee threat against people like Dooku, and that'll give CAD more room to work.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling, but I don't know. I like CAD a lot. I like him. He's very flavorful. He's got the cowboy thing going on. He's a nice hat.
Yeah, he's fun to play. He really is a blast to play. He just is. I don't know. I played on a couple maps with CAD where it just felt like there was no good place to put him, and being in range 2 is where you want to be. Is just right at range 2, and he's still kind of. Like I remember one of the first games I played against with CAD, he just got shot out by a B1 with the BR and with heavy cover, and he took like 4 wounds.
Yeah, he just eats it.
If someone rolls well against him, he really feels it because of the wide defense.
Yeah, it's the same with Han, right? Because Han has uncanny luck, and CAD has danger sense, which only gives you so much. And like you're on a white save, right? And so like I have a similar story about the first time I played against CAD. All I had to do was fire support, and he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Even into heavy cover, 1 fire support, he was gone, because he had no suppression built up. He just had his white save, and that's 6 wounds is nice, but it's not enough to resist the damage that's coming around these days.
Yeah, last time I played Kane was against my nephew in person, and he just put some ARC troopers, jumped on top of him and shot him, and he died in one ARC trooper strike. So that's always, especially if it's the first shot at him and you roll well, or the player just makes a mistake and puts him in a bad spot, he feels it real bad. But this situation, he's pretty good. I kind of learned to not put him in any risky situation. That's why he was he was here. I mean, there was just no way he was going to die turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, Cad's movement was pretty good. The only thing I would take exception to is that knowing that FSI is a thing. Like, it's really tough when you're in a corner like this. You have no room to run against last first FSI.
Yeah.
And he just gets clapped because of the force push.
He played really well, Dooku.
Yeah, Dooku was very well done. That's how Dooku should be played. It's just, you had him where he needed to be. He's where every Jedi should be in a gun line. It's sort of like at the tip there, and like you ended up exactly where we see Kyle do this all the time, right? Archimedes with like Mr. 90% win rate. We see him do this all the time where he puts his force user in the middle like that, and then your opponent has two choices: sit back and lose, or chase you and get killed by Dooku. you know? It's just lose for your opponent.
Yeah.
Force users thrive on defense.
Yeah, and I think this building was pretty good because I kind of, when we were in deployment, I figured if I can leverage this position, because I actually tried to guess where Cad Bane was going to be at the beginning of the game, and I actually guessed right. So I figured if I could leverage this position along these barricades, like I could either catch, the you disappoint me turn, or be able to do some, things with FSI, especially going to this way, because this is one of the few line of sight blockers on the map that's like less than range 1 across. So
Right.
I didn't get to do it with the B2s, but I wanted to set up like maybe like a last where Dooku would come up and get to behind this, because I exactly had 10 inches here, and my activation order was kind of all over the place. But if I could have got him here and had Cad Bane like force push into a standby from the B2s, but his BXs hit me with like 8 dice or something through the cover.
That was a good roll.
The
and
B2s,
I didn't have barrier up. Yeah, the B2s kind of melted. They didn't really do what they needed to do this game, and that was a bad.
without barrier.
Yeah.
I felt I played really well around the B2s. I always kept everything just out of range of them. I felt like I did good against them, since I think last game I played with, the dude had the 3 or the 5 Ha attack sword set, and I got absolutely slaughtered.
I think the B2s only got 1 shot off because they're busy working the VAP. Like that's the struggle. I think I commented on that earlier. It's like you had your best shooter working evaporator, which is not ideal.
Definitely not ideal, but I think because I lost this unit so early, I kind of got stuck, and like that probably wasn't supposed to be the scenario. Like I would have liked the B2s to just kind of chill here and move back and forth, but losing this unit really early because the threat of Cad Bane being behind this, and then this was basically death territory because all 3 BXs were behind this building. So I had to let a unit go, and of course it was the medical droid unit, but that was just total misplay on my part. It was definitely not my most polished game.
For sure.
So.
All right, gentlemen, it's been real. I'm gonna get out of here.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for allowing me to stream. It was nice to stream CIS, because I've been streaming a lot of Rebels and Clones lately, but CIS kind of changes the pace a little bit.
Nice, man.
We'll see you all later. Thanks again.
Thanks, man.
All right, with that, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody that came out. I'm glad if you are a new player. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you've stuck through all this, and we'll be interested in coming back when we stream again. Thanks, everybody that followed today. Thanks, everybody who participated in the chat. Everybody that supports what I do here with the Avon Base. We'll try to come out with more information about the event that's happening in Florida sometime later this year. Hopefully we'll be able to get that off the ground. It's still kind of early, but maybe think about a date in August.
Master Kenobi, you disappoint me.
All right, well, I apologize, Interposer. We disappoint you because we don't stream Empire, clearly. I noticed the unmitigated trolling about Empire needing buffs in my chat for sure. Oh yeah, channel points, duh. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me fix that for you. I've never not paid out, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose the outcome. So here you go. Thanks, Count Dooku, for carrying this game. Congrats, all you channel points winners. Who said we were trolling? Yeah, you're not. That's right, you're not. You're just better. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see y'all next time here on Yavin Base. Peace.